I just copied it and I putting it in my document that has my speech or my GIF presentation thing.
All right, that is live, and I'm going to pull up the video, which I will start sharing in just a second. I'm going to hit the record button, and I'm going to open the webinar.
My mom just said Kendra's on her way.
Becca! Is that another person who coincidentally has the same exact dress as me? Hello. So a link has just been copied into the chat, and it is called Answer Garden. And we would love it if you could click on that link and answer the question of where are you joining us from today? So we can see where all of you are joining from. If it's from a different jurisdiction, a different assembly, we would just love to know. If everyone can turn off their cameras at this moment, thank you. It looks like we have some friends from St. Helens, from Portland, from Redmond, from Joseph, and even some friends from Tacoma, Washington. Can we refresh the answer garden to see if we have any new responses? Wow, we have some from my living room, from Corvallis, from Beaverton, from Columbia City, from Tri-Cities, Washington, Coos Bay, Monmouth, Hillsboro. Wow, we just have everybody from everywhere. Lebanon. Woo-hoo. It looks like we have some people from Prineville too. Winston, Oregon. Wow. Sherwood, Oregon. Kent, Oregon. Washington, Kent, Washington. Hubbard, Oregon. Someone said left the sewing room today. Joy says hello from the Philippines. It looks like we have some friends from Nescoen, Oregon. Wow. Hello and welcome to Oregon Rainbow's 95th Grand Worthy Advisor reception. Although we are not in person, we are delighted to have you join us today. In our world right now, we all need a little love, which is today's theme. Love is a decision to hold another person in the highest esteem, to value them above all else, to cherish them like no other, and to hold them dear to your heart. Love is not about getting, it is about giving. Love is not about selfishness, it is about sacrifice. Love is not about being on top of the charts, it is about humility and the willingness to serve. Love is not about bragging, it is not about doing things for others without advertising. Love is not about covering up evil, it is about being transparent and living in the light. Love is not about falsehood, it is about speaking the truth. Love is not static, it grows. The love of a parent for a child grows along with years. The love of a friend should ideally grow along with the years of friendship. The limitless potential for growth, for discovery, for being surprised, for finding joy in the little things are all what makes love love. Today we celebrate the love we have for Rainbow, the service we give in love to Rainbow, and the service given in love by our grand worthy advisor, Sister Becca Mobley. It is our tradition to honor our country by showing our allegiance to the flag. The American flag is the symbol of visions, of dreams, of the hopes of all who come to America seeking liberty. To Americans, it is a living symbol, the very soul of our nation, which announces who we are, what we believe in, and what we stand for, namely freedom, duty, responsibility, and justice. It represents our right to choose our friends, our vocation, our church, our politics, to fail or to succeed, all without any unlawful interference or fear of judgment and punishment. Sisters and friends, take a moment and reflect upon what this great national emblem means to you as we listen to our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of freedom and the hope of
Introductions. Will our grand worthy advisor please present herself for introduction? Sister Becca Mobley. Dream without fear, love without limits. It is my honor to present Sister Becca Mobley, Grand Worthy Advisor in Oregon, International Order of the Rainbow for Girls. You will join me in giving her a heartfelt welcome.
Yay!
Will our Supreme Deputy, Mrs. Metz, please present herself for introduction? Making memories with you is what I love to do. It is my honor to present Mrs. Melissa Metz, Supreme Deputy in Oregon International Order of the Rainbow for Girls. You will join me in giving Mrs. Metz a loving welcome. Will all of the rockin' and rollin' record-breaking grand officers please be ready to present themselves for introduction. True friends are never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart. Sister Becca Mobley, would you like to introduce your grand officers?
Thank you, Jessica. I would love to. It is my honor to introduce these 2021 Rockin' and Rollin' Record Breaker Grand Officers. Jessica Wolter, Grand Worthy Associate Advisor, Grand Representative to California and member of the State Executive Committee. Aberdeen Stewart, Grand Charity, Grand Representative to Nevada and Sao Paulo, Brazil. Michaela Powers, Grand Hope. Erin Scheel, Grand Faith and member of the State Executive Committee. Mariah Hawkins, Grand Drill Leader and member of the State Executive Committee. And Laura Jane Britton, Grand Chaplain.
All in Oregon International Order of the Rainbow for Girls. Please join me in giving these grand officers and grand representatives a fond welcome. Will our State Mother Advisor and State Rainbow Dad please present themselves for introduction? It is spread love wherever you go. It is my honor to present Mrs. Angie Thompson, State Mother Advisor.
Mr. Reese is coming. Give him a second.
It appears that we are having a little bit of tech issues. Mr. Dean Reese, State Rainbow Dad, in Oregon International Order of the Rainbow for Girls. You will join me in giving Mrs. Thompson and Mr. Reese a joyful welcome. Today we have some very special friends in our virtual audience I would love to acknowledge. Because you always have a choice, choose love. It is my honor to introduce past Supreme Worthy Advisor, Mrs. Marjorie Wilson. Friendships start in loving hearts. It is my honor to introduce all of our past Grand Worthy Advisors. Thank you for joining us today. A friend is what the heart needs all the time. We would like to say hello to all of our jurisdictional representatives. There's only one happiness in life, to love and to be loved. We would love to say hello to all of our Grand Worthy Advisor, Grand Officers, and Grand Representatives from other jurisdictions. If you want to become fearless, choose love. Hello to Mrs. Mary Drusella, Worthy Grand Matron, and Mr. Bill Gershba, Worthy Grand Patron of the Grand Chapter Order of Oregon, Order of the Eastern Star. Hello to Mrs. Patty Nielsen, Grand Royal Matron, and Mr. Dick Varner, Grand Royal Patron, Grand Court of Oregon, Order of the Amaranth. Love is a friendship set to music. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Please assume an attitude of prayer while our chaplain leads us in prayer.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing all of us to gather together in friendship and fellowship today. We thank you for guiding us while we share a message of love and honor. Our grand worthy advisor, Becca Mobley, we ask you that you not only bless us, but that we may honor you with our continued work and service. Help us to remember that there is always someone in need that we can help and not forget our rainbow promise. We ask this in your Son's name. Amen. Lord, help us keep our promise.
We would be pleased at this time to enjoy the addendum by the Grand Officers.
All right. So, of course, I'll turn on your cameras and everything, especially Rebecca Mobley. Okay, so we're gonna play a game today, and this is a musical game because you love music so much, and musicals specifically. So each of the group leaders are going to play an instrumental of a song, and if you can sing along or tell us the name of the song or maybe where it's from, then the other person in that group will tell you whether or not you got the right answer, and we'll go through them. And the points don't really matter, but we would like to see you do your best. All right, so who's up first?
That would be us. So here is your first selection.
Hairspray. That's a hairspray. You can't stop the beat.
That is correct.
was having such a hard time thinking of the name. I was like, oh my gosh, I know what this is from. What is the name? Okay.
So that was You Can't Stop the Beat from Hairspray. All right, who's next?
I think that's us, Aberdeen.
All right, so I have, gotta pull it up in my other. Okay, so that was a little complicated. I will just sing. Yes, can you phone a friend? Is your mom there with you?
Oh,
I can sing it for you.
It's from The Sound of Music. The doe, a deer.
A deer, a female deer.
My mom did not text me the answer.
Yeah, it's a little heavy on the vocal, so I can definitely hear where it'd be hard to understand that. All right, who's next?
That would be me. Are you ready, Becca?
I am ready.
It should have started in like 5 seconds. Or right now.
I feel pretty.
Do you know where it's from?
I want to say The King and I, but I feel like that's wrong. West Side Story.
Yeah.
My mom did not text me the answer again. I'm coming up with these on my own.
I'm so proud of you.
All right, do we have one more?
Mr. Reese and Mrs. Thompson.
Oh, can't hear you.
Are they meant to guess the next one?
They have a speech prepared. Mrs. Thompson is muted right now.
Becca, we just wanted to say how proud we are of you. You have been an amazing role model to the Oregon Rainbow Girls. And overall, you have battled through some very tough times, but you have done it with grace, poise, dignity, and have represented Oregon in a way that we could not be any more proud of. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And Becca, I'll just add that if there's anybody who I would choose to lead Oregon Rainbow for 2 years in a row, I cannot believe that you're doing this, but I just want to say that you are the top choice. That couldn't have been any better. So thank you so much. And Morgan's sitting here next to me with her mouth agape that I said that, but we're just so honored that you'd be willing to share and lead Oregon Rainbow for 2 years. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. Mobley, if you would present her with her gift now.
I almost wanted to unmute herself so we can hear the struggle with the wrapping paper.
Gosh. It is a wall hanger that is like a record player, and it says Becca Mobley, Grand Worthy Advisor 2021, Rise Up Encore. And it has the lyrics from Rise Up around the record. I'm so not good at showing things in the screen, and it's like it's not mirrored, so it's all backwards. It's very beautiful. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Grand Officers, for that wonderful addendum. Does the Northern District have a presentation for Sister Becca?
In fact, we do. So, Becca, I have been given the opportunity to present you with a gift from the Northern District. We, as a district, have come together and gotten you a brick. Not just any brick, but a rainbow brick that is going to be placed on the grounds in the Rainbow Reflections Memorial Park in McAllister, Oklahoma. It will have your name on it along with the amazing 2 years that you have been our Grand Worthy Advisor.
That is amazing. Thank you so much. I can't wait to go to McAllister and see that eventually. That is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being
Becca, you have an envelope there that you can open right now from the district.
It's a piece of paper. It says Rainbow Reflections Memorial Walkway Brick Project. Northern District is excited to commemorate the dedication, service, and love and sacrifice you have given to Oregon Rainbow with a gift that will be forever emblem. I can't say that word. Emblemized. Did I say it? Okay. That will, you know what I'm trying to say. On the grounds of Supreme Assembly, a personalized brick will be placed on the grounds in the Rainbow Reflections Memorial Park in McAllister, Oklahoma. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you, Northern District, for that beautiful presentation. Remarks. We will now hear remarks from our Supreme Deputy, Mrs. Metz.
Becca, don't go too far. Why don't you come out and join me?
I can't, it won't let me come back on. There we go.
Yay. Grand Worthy Advisor Becca, Oregon Rainbow family and friends. I just lost it. Let's take a look through the lens of love and see what it tells us about leadership. The first lens is compassion. I am reminded of a time at Camp Sass when a very shy pledge girl named Emma didn't know many at the event and was feeling like the odd person out. Becca joined her during a quilling class and supported her throughout the project. Emma was so excited that an older girl showed her compassion that Becca was her new BFF for the entire camp. Establishing compassion may be as simple as taking a few minutes a day out to notice a new haircut, or pausing to ask how a person is doing, or remembering a special event and sending a simple handwritten note. Knowing and caring about the personal lives of your team members is an authentic and appropriate way to show compassion, which is our first lens in capturing insights into leadership. The second lens is passion for service. Passion is that enthusiasm and positivity which are contagious. Some of Becca's proudest moments are what she had been able to accomplish through her work and love for service. Service is very important to her, and logging nearly 1,000 hours each year for the past 4 years shows it. In January of 2016, Becca was selected Supreme's Rockin' Rainbow Girl in recognition of her hard work in Rainbow and with Curvy Girls Scoliosis Support Group. Becca stated the following in her Grand Worthy Advisor essay. Rainbow gave me the opportunity to find myself through service and the relationships I built along the way. My intentions are to help the members in Oregon Rainbow in the same way other girls helped me. Becca emulates passion for service, which is the thread that connects love to strong leadership. After all, love in action is service. Passion is our second lens, which captures insights into leadership. The third lens is commitment. This lens teaches us to inspire followers to both achieve extraordinary outcomes and to develop their own leadership capacity. Grand Worthy Advisor Becca, who we are honoring today, is committed to helping the members in Oregon Rainbow grow to their fullest potential and develop into leaders. She not only empowers the membership, but from behind the scenes, she aligns the goals of the girls, the group, and our larger organization. Becca stated in her Grand Worthy Advisor essay, I want to ensure that our jurisdiction continues on its current path of growth. As I grow more in my leadership abilities, I can help mentor the Grand Officer team to grow in theirs as well. I also think there is a lot I can offer to our jurisdiction as a whole. Becca embodies commitment. Not only did she make some personal sacrifices to volunteer for a second year in the Grand East for Oregon Rainbow, not only did she choose to focus this year on leadership development for the entire membership, she also brings clarity around our shared vision and goals and how they contribute to the greater good. If we look through the lens of love, what does it tell us about leadership? People don't follow positions or titles. People follow people. Authentic people who are guided by their heart through passion and compassion, as well as their mind, as demonstrated by commitment. Becca, you emulate love leadership. You are a dynamic leader who shows how leading with love and respect creates success, not only in Rainbow, but in life. I am honored to be working with you this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Supreme Deputy Mrs. Metz. A majority of the interactions you have with the members of Oregon Rainbow involves you providing some sort of support or assistance to them. You may never know the full impact you make on a life of a single girl, but I can tell you one thing, You are racking up a massive amount of good karma. Grand Worthy Advisor Becca. The encore is that piece after the program has finished, where the performer brings out something that the audience doesn't expect. We are all sitting on the edge of our seats to hear what you have in store for us this year.
Thank you, Jessica. Supreme Deputy, Grand Worthy Associate Advisor, and Rainbow Family. Rainbow has been a place that I felt familial love and support for a very long time. We often say, today included very many times, the Masonic family or Rainbow family. And from ages 6 to 13, I did the same, simply because that is what everyone else said. In middle school, I never really felt like I had a place or a spot at the table. I felt like an outsider in every friend group or activity that I was a part of. This all changed after my surgery in 2013. When I was in the hospital, a few girls from my assembly came to visit me, even though I was not a very active member of the assembly at the time. This kind act of love and consideration is what truly sparked my passion for Rainbow. I finally felt seen and truly a part of the group. My assembly showed the true nature of the Masonic family and why we are called a family. The love and support that make the Masonic family what it is what made me invest so much into this order, my reason to stay and serve. For so long, this is what drove me. All the hard work I had done or would do was always worth it because I would be able to see my sisters enjoying, learning, and growing because of it. Other young ladies found themselves where they were meant to be. They found families and support that they needed here. The relationships that I made, support I received, familial appeal while serving my community, all kept me going and filled me with joy. And while all of these things still reign true, they're far less common and intimate because of our virtual landscape. I felt like my why and my reason to serve was being taken away from me, and I was having a very hard time finding the motivation to continue on. It was incredibly difficult, and honestly, it was something that I didn't really realize at first. As we dove into the Why I campaign and I refocused on my reason to stay and serve, I began doubting and questioning myself frequently. When I finally pieced together my struggles and realized the real reason behind them, I had no idea what to do. It felt worse almost because I now knew the problem, but I had absolutely no idea how to fix it. I thought a lot about it, all of the things that I was thinking about, and I still continued to have a hard time, in part because I was going through this struggle alone. I had not talked to anybody about how I was feeling, nor did I really ever even think about it much myself, until Monday. I finally had a long-awaited counseling appointment that afternoon. My counselor and I went over everything that has been happening. After all, it has just been one crazy thing after another. And soon enough, wouldn't you know it, everything that I was holding in came out, and we walked through it together. I left my appointment on a happier, more hopeful note. That evening, I was driving along Highway 99, and I had an opportunity to slow down a bit. I took in the beauty that surrounded me, and I began to reconnect with myself and really look into who I am and why I do what I do. Beyond Rainbow in every aspect of my life, and that was the first time, maybe ever, that I fully connected and found calm and joy within myself in that moment. This time of emotional clarity helped me reaffirm who I am when I thought I was losing myself the most. While my personal upliftment was very clear to me in that moment, it took a lot longer for me to see the significance that it would play in helping me begin solving the problem that I was having in my rainbow why. After a couple of powwows from my go-to advice givers, I began to understand it a bit more. Rainbow is an incredibly unique organization for many reasons, but specifically because we appeal to such a wide range of individuals. We are a service-based organization for girls ages 11 to 20. I'm sure this fact is said nearly every single time that Rainbow is explained, but I don't think the magnitude of this fully is understood, and it took me a long time to even really consider it. Our organization has something to offer girls of vastly different ages. When I was 11, I had so many different thoughts and views when I joined Rainbow than the 20-year-old that is sitting here popping up on your screen today. Yet this organization has captivated me, and it has grown and helped me grow throughout years of service. When I was 13, I needed a place to belong and where I could find confidence. Through various leadership opportunities, events planned, friends made, trips taken, basically the last 6 years I've spent growing and learning as a Rainbow Girl. I have become a very strong woman that is constantly working to be the best version of herself. The lessons of our order, the wisdom and love that is shared from everyone involved, the skills we learn at Camp SAS, Rainbow as a whole. It finds the best and most unique ways to help provide exactly what you need to grow. And when you do grow, Rainbow grows with you. It is the organization that keeps on giving, and this is why I continue to give back as well. Taking the time to find my why helped me reconnect with my love for Rainbow. I was able to have a very beautiful moment with myself and my motivations. I would ask that you take some time in the next few days to think about your why, the reason you have chosen to stay and be a part of this organization. I am putting a link in the comments. Maybe if I can figure out how to do it. And this leads to, that is not the correct link. Oh no, this leads to a answer garden. Again, we're gonna do another one. And this one, you're gonna go in and put your why, if you have it. Whoops. So here we go. Gonna be looking at that. If you already have your why or even a start, please go ahead and drop that in the link and add your why to our word cloud. If you don't have your why or a start yet, that is a-okay. The membership growth team has a wonderful presentation that walks you through a great way to start finding your why. Once you have your why story, please share it with our jurisdictional marketing liaison, Mrs. Mobley, so she can use them in our promotional materials. If your story is used in any way to promote our organization, you will get a YI t-shirt as a thank you for sharing your story. All right, looking at that word cloud, we've got constant opportunities for growth, service to others as purpose, friendship and service, the community, to be of service, the relationships and service. Oh, I stopped sharing my screen. Thank you, Mrs. Wolter. the family that becomes a part of you. That's beautiful. To give back, making people happy, pay it forward, sisterhood, the possibility to public speak. These are all amazing whys. All of the amazing friends I've made. Making a lifetime of friends and memories. Yes, very similar, very, very family oriented. Beautiful. Thank you all so much for sharing. All righty. At Grand Installation, I shared that in Oregon, the average family has 3 people. In America, the average person eats 5 pounds of food per day. That means in order to feed an average 3-person household in Oregon for a full year, they will need 5,475 pounds of food. And that is why our donation goal this year is 5,475 pounds of food. I want to ensure that we are on a great path to accomplishing this goal. In order to do that, we will have 3 check-ins this year on our progress towards our goal. Our first check-in will be on Martin Luther King Day on January 18th. This is an observed holiday that occurs on the 3rd Monday of January each year as a day on, not a day off. MLK Day is the only federal holiday designated as a national day of service to encourage all Americans to volunteer to improve the communities. By this day, we should have raised 1,825 pounds of food. That is about 28 pounds of food per girl by January 18th. If we meet this goal, everyone in the jurisdiction will get an IOR, well, you'll get multiple IORG stickers. I ask that each assembly select 1 girl with the assistance of an adult advisor to tally the assembly's pounds collected throughout the year. This will help keep our collecting easy and simple. This year, we are raising $10,000 for the Raise Your Voices service project. This money will be going to a fund reserved for leadership and training opportunities for the girls of Oregon Rainbow. An example of the opportunities this fund will help is the Training and Development Supreme Seminar that Junior Past Supreme Worthy Advisor Mrs. Jaka put into motion. There were girls across the country meeting virtually before it was cool. They met both before and after the seminar that was hosted in California last summer. I've reached out to Charlotte Apple, Grand Confidential Observer and Grand Membership in Washington, Idaho, asking her to share about her experience working on the seminar team. Charlotte said, "My experience on the Supreme Training and Development team gave me the unique tools, not only to influence our organization, but to find my voice. When we first joined the team, I only knew 1 girl, the other girl from my jurisdiction. I now have friends all over the world and a better understanding of how our organization works as a whole. I was given the opportunity to grow not only as a member of Rainbow, but also as a leader in other aspects of my life. My time on the training and development team has given me the tools I need to lead my jurisdiction better through communication, teamwork, and leadership. This is one of the many opportunities that our members may have for growth, and we can support them by raising our voices. As I mentioned before, we are an organization that constantly works to help our members grow and become better. We strive to prepare our members for life. Ours is an organization that appeals to girls of various ages, religions, ethnicities, and economic status. As we build a larger training and development fund, we're providing all girls equal opportunity to have various leadership trainings. With a larger fund, we also have more opportunities to have high quality trainings with guest speakers and trainers. Raising funds for voices will be playing an insurmountable role in the development of our membership and our future leaders. I am so incredibly honored and excited to continue this journey as Grand Worthy Advisor. I cannot wait to see our jurisdiction rock this encore and rise up. Learn and spread our whys, collect enough food to feed the average Oregon family for a year, raise our voices and $10,000, and continue to grow both together and as individuals. Thank you.
Thank you, Grand Worthy Advisor Becca. The work you do for our organization does not go unnoticed. We appreciate the fact that you made our leadership development a priority this year. You are our role model of love in action, as demonstrated in your daily acts of service to the International Order of the Rainbow for Girls. We will now have a 10-minute intermission. First off, this is the perfect opportunity to leave a note for Becca on her virtual card entitled Record-Breaking Things About Becca. Our director of webinars has copied that URL into the chat. You can also watch on the Zoom screen the card populate live with gratitude for Becca's leadership during the intermission as Mrs. Metz shares her desktop. Second, Chloe and Aberdeen recommend, if you have not finished the love languages survey, to do so at this time. Our director of webinars has also copied that URL into the chat box. Our director of webinars during intermission will be converting all guests logged into Zoom to panelists so that you may be seen and heard during the workshop. See you all at 2:28. Welcome back. I hope you were able to get yourself situated and are prepared for our love languages workshop. At this time, I would like to introduce Miss Chloe Whitty and Miss Aberdeen Stewart, who will be giving us a presentation about love languages.
Hello, and welcome to the second portion of Becca's reception. My name is Chloe, and I'm from Mount Scott number 15, the same assembly as Becca. And Aberdeen and I have the honor of giving this presentation today about love languages and how to best love yourself and everyone around you. Aberdeen, when you get a chance, would you like to introduce yourself?
So my name is Aberdeen, and I am from Mount Scott Assembly number 15 as well. And if I could be allowed to show my face, that would be really wonderful. Mrs. Wolter, it just says that the host has stopped it, but we're really excited to share with you this love language quiz. So here we go. So make sure that you have your results in, and we're gonna go ahead and start. Here I have, okay, I think that is the one with my, all right. So I'm pulling up the slideshow here. Okay, here we go. Here are the 5 love languages and how it will be a guide to loving yourself, but also loving others. Oh, should I went over your thing? Okay. So Chloe, if you'll introduce love languages for us.
Yes, of course. Sorry. So for the first 5, or all of the 5, we have physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and words of affirmation. As we go through these, we will be mainly talking about how you can love yourself best with your top love language, but you'll also get an insight of how you can love everyone around you in their top love languages. So you can find out what your best friend's top love language is and make sure that when they're having a rough time, you can help them best. As we go through each of the love languages, if you could put in the chat when we pop up to yours. So if physical touch is yours, then when we come to this first one, if you could just pop that in the chat so we can make sure we get the breakout rooms all sorted out in quick and easy form of fashion.
All right, so the first love language that we have is physical touch. Now, physical touch is giving and receiving any kind of physical contact. So it makes your body feel good, and it also focuses on your physical well-being. So some ways that you can take care of that need for yourself is using softer weighted blankets. I love those. Getting massages done, taking care of your skin, having a routine, going into the spa. And if someone else has physical touch as a top one, then going to the spa with them would be a really fun way to take care of that. Exercising and moving your body, taking care of that as well. Giving hugs or high fives are also some really great ways to do it with your friends.
All right, this next one is acts of service. And if acts of service is your top love language, go ahead and pop that in the chat so we can all see who has acts of service as their top love language. Acts of service is not just the service we do as Rainbow Girls, but it is all about helping yourself and making your life easier. It's easy to put other people's needs in front of your own, but if acts of service is your top love language, it is important to help yourself before helping anybody else. Kind of like on the airplane with the mask, you have to help yourself before the person next to you. Acts of service towards yourself can include doing things for yourself that help you or make you feel good and make your life easier. So this can include therapy or counseling, cleaning or organizing, maybe your bedroom or all of your school supplies, delegating activities or tasks to other people. So even if your siblings and you have chores, you can maybe ask to have your sibling do a chore for you this week and you'll take one of theirs next week. Making a schedule for yourself to kind of sort out all of your activities and what you need to do. And of course, using planners or calendars. I am a personal big fan of using all of the organizational methods. Acts of service towards others can include giving them different service activities. So making sure that you show your love and appreciation by taking someone something off of their hands to make their life a little bit easier. And that can be a simple task or a little bit of a bigger one that you just help them with. It can also just mean recognizing when someone else is overwhelmed and seeing what they need help with and what can help them feel a little bit more calm and loved.
Totally. Next, we have receiving gifts, and this can also be gift giving too for other people. So like Tom and Donna, they say treat yourself. Okay, so for those who have gift giving as their top, put that in the chat. And this can be just treating yourself, things to make you happy or to help you live your life a bit easier. People who have gift receiving as one of their top ones, just simple things that are small or just that remind them that you are thinking of them. Craft or hobby supplies to do work on projects together. Taking yourself on a date, going out and getting yourself dinner, seeing a movie, getting yourself little gifts like nail polish or chapstick or a fun pair of socks. But then also investing in yourself. What are things that make you happy? What are the things that you are looking forward to, your dreams? What are your hobbies? Like if someone is a big quilter, something that could help them out with their quilting. I know we have lots of seamstresses here in Rainbow. Big readers, gift giving could be books and passions of theirs. And just to let them know or let yourself know that you're thinking about what you need and taking care of that.
All right, next up is quality time, which is my personal top love language.
And me too.
Time is your top love language. Woohoo! Go ahead and drop that in the chat and we can see how everyone has the same one as us because woo-hoo. Okay, quality time is with yourself and it is so important for self-care, especially if it is one of your top love languages. And this can look like spending time alone or with friends and family, doing things that you love and that make you happy. This can include meditation or yoga. It can be relaxing, whether that means reading or watching movies or a hobby of yours. Going on a friend's date, so going to the movies or getting ice cream with your best friend, socially distanced right now with masks, of course, but any other time, just the normal friendship date and making sure that you're unplugged and giving each other undivided attention. This can be playing games, maybe a favorite game you have, spending time with a pet, anything doing with creativity that can usually be calming. If you're a puzzle person, doing a puzzle. And of course, like I said, spending time with friends or family can also feel amazing and help you a lot. Not only does it strengthen relationships, it is also taking care of you. And if a friend or a family member has quality time as one of their top love languages, they might appreciate your undivided attention doing an activity, chatting, or just watching a movie and making sure you're not also texting on your phone or doing anything else while spending time with them.
All right, so next up we have words of affirmation. So if this is your top love language, share that in the chat. So words of affirmation for self-love can be just talking nicely to yourself and talking nicely about yourself, not putting yourself down, recognizing, the good qualities about yourself, talking to your friends and family about things that you appreciate about them. A way that you can work on this love language by yourself is just self-improvement, recognizing where you can improve, setting those goals and praising yourself along while you continue to work on that, reminding yourself that you're putting in the work and you're going to get results. Frequency is pretty important with words of affirmation because doing it often with yourself is really important. And if you have a friend who has words of affirmation as their top love language, just letting them know that they're doing a good job is really helpful and really kind. So here we have, someone looking in the mirror and, posing, and just that kind of self-love is really important. It's not really anything vain. It's just reminding yourself that you are worth it.
All right. We are actually having a little bit of technical difficulties with the breakout rooms. So I know everyone just put their thing in the chat to do breakout rooms, but instead we're going to improvise a little bit. In the chat, I am pasting what we would have asked you in the breakout rooms. And if you just give those a quick read, and if there's one of those that you would like to answer for what your top love language is, go ahead and in the chat put your name and your top love language, and we will call on you to unmute yourself and answer one of those questions briefly, or whatever it is you want to share about yourself. So those questions are, does your top love language feel true to you? And in what ways have you seen proof that it is in fact your top love language or not your top love language? The second one could be, what have you already been doing to love yourself? So what on your love language that we just talked about have you already been doing to help yourself and you had no idea you were even doing it? And the third one is, now that you have learned more about how to love yourself and others with those love languages, what will you do to love yourself more, and what will you incorporate from what you have learned today, and how will you better love those around you? So you can answer one or all of those, whatever you are comfortable with.
So since I'm sharing, Chloe, if you could have the chat open and call on people, I would appreciate that.
Yes, I'm just waiting for people to pop on in there. So in the meantime, oh, just kidding. Gabrielle, quality time. Question number 1, go ahead and unmute yourself and share with us, please.
Hey everyone, my name is Gabriel. I've seen proof that this is my love language in a few ways, especially with my family. It doesn't really matter what we're doing. Sometimes I'll be playing a game that we like to play, maybe Exploding Kittens or something. Some of you have heard of that. But it really doesn't matter. Sometimes we're watching TV, talking. As long as we're spending time together and we're learning more about each other, that's really what brings that feeling of closeness, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Thank you so much for sharing. Oops, sorry, Aberdeen.
No, I totally agree. I have quality time as my top one, and even just talking with my dad in the car, that brings me so much joy. Doesn't really matter, but yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Gabriel. I'm sorry for getting your name wrong on that. If Courtney Priest for physical touch would like to unmute herself and share a little bit about question number 1.
Honestly, my physical touch love language feels very true to me, especially when people that I've known and loved just hug me if they haven't seen me in a while or not. I just love it when anyone does that knows me.
Of course, we all love a good, well, not all of us, but when you like a good hug can feel really good. I know I love hugs too. Let's go with, sorry, thank you, Courtney, for sharing. Becca, acts of service, question number 4. Would you like to unmute yourself and share?
Thank you. Yeah, so my top love language is acts of service, and my second to last love language is physical touch. Chloe is my best friend and my roommate, and her top love language is quality time, and her second top love language is physical touch.
Yeah, they're tied.
Yeah, pretty equal. And so we mostly last year ran into a lot of issues where she would want to hug and I'd be like, get off of me. But I have gotten a lot better about really learning when the most opportune time, I suppose would be the best way to phrase it, is to show Chloe that I love her through a hug or something. I have been a lot more physically touchy lately than usual because things have been so weird, and I come to Portland a lot more now to be at my parents' house. And so, yeah, it was always really hard, and I would have to really force myself to do it, but it comes a lot more naturally now, which is nice. Last year we had to make a deal where if she got an 88 in her math class, that I would give her hugs or physical affection at any point with no complaining about it. And it worked really well. But yeah, I have gotten a lot better about learning how to love people with physical affection love languages.
Yes, thank you, Becca, for sharing that.
Yeah, because if you have a friend
true.
who's physical touch, but it's not yours, you have to kind of compromise. Maybe you just give them a high five.
Yes, exactly. Mrs. Baker in the chat said that she found hers, acts of service, to be true. She found the most satisfaction and felt close to those around her when they are doing activities together that help others. That could be going on walks as a family or picking up garbage, and that is one of her favorite things to do. So that's awesome. Sorry, hold on, lost my place. Michaela Powers with quality time would like to unmute herself and share. That would be awesome.
Hi. So I got quality time, which is marry me, because I'm all about more spending time and working on the bond with people, especially like friends or in a relationship and stuff like that, or with adults. I'm always more worried about the bond and making sure I'm able to trust them more and stuff like that. So like I'll go out and do stuff with them, like specifically like just one-on-one with that person, see how they are, and just get to know them and just communicate, because I'm just like I like talking to people.
Yeah, totally. Communication is important, and we like talking to you, Michaela, so that works out well. Let's see if there's anyone else in here that would like to share. If you still want to share, go ahead and drop that in the chat and we will call on you. Meriwether Stewart with physical touch, would you like to unmute yourself and share?
Yeah, I was the second question, which is what have I already been doing to love myself? Well, my first love language, my top love language is physical touch, and I really, really, really love hugs. Like, I love hugs. Whenever I see my friends, I will go and I will give them a hug. And something that I've been doing is
Mary, your mic is having a little, it's a kind of crackly. So if you could maybe try typing it in and I'll read it for you. I will be your voice, Mary. But she said that hers is quality, it's physical touch, and so she really likes hugs. And I can say, as her sister, that is very true, you know? And that's not one of my top ones. So sometimes when I know that she needs some love, I give her a hug, even though it's not my favorite thing. Because I love her, because she's my sister. And then Mrs. Mobley says words of affirmation's her top love language. Yeah.
Yes, hearing that you are loved and appreciated can go a long way, even if it's just a simple, thank you for doing that. We appreciate your efforts. Or thank you for helping put away everything in the assembly room. You are appreciated. Just those general compliments and comments can go a long way. While we're waiting for Mary's to be in the chat, Mariah Hawkins with Quality Time, would you like to unmute yourself? Quality Time's a popular one.
Yeah, I actually figured it out because like when you pulled up the slide, it's like, okay, I feel called out because I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty with my friend group, and it's like, but in fact, when tomorrow with one of my friends, we're having a girls' day, and we're just going across the hill because we both live in St. Helens. So we're going across the hill in Hillsborough, and we're just hanging out for the day, socially distanced, and it's just amazing to still be connected with my friend group and have that quality time, even if it's through like some of the games that we play, or if it's like we're hanging out playing airsoft. So
you're going to keep doing that. Keep playing games with your friends to keep doing that top love language. That's a really good choice.
Yeah. You're finding good ways to combat being socially distanced and still trying to find quality time with friends. It's kind of hard right now, but you're doing a great job. So if you need any help, I guess Mariah is the go-to girl.
Okay, so Mary said, I love to pet my cats a lot because I love them. And I also love to have my weighted blanket and pillows. Hugs and things like that make me happy. And I love giving hugs. Yeah, she really likes to pet the
Gives
cats.
great hugs.
I do not think the cats have physical touch as their top love language. But you know what? She loves giving kisses, you know. Mrs. Mobley said Mary gives awesome hugs. Yes, she does. I feel for all of you physical touch people out there who have to stay in your homes, you know. Hard to do virtual hugs, you know. Virtual hug with Mary. Okay. All right. So I hope that everybody had a good opportunity to learn more about your love languages, and learn more about yourself and how you can love yourself and others. It's important to keep up to date with your love languages because, like any other personality kind of quiz, they can change over time. So check up and feel free to retake it in a little while. Feel free to retake it when we get out the quarantine, you know. But knowing how to love yourselves helps your relationship with yourself and also helps you be, you know, a better friend and have better relationships with others. And really keeps you in a healthier mindset. Knowing how others have their love languages is important because then you know how you can express in a way that they appreciate that you love them. It makes better understanding a lot easier and, you know, it opens the doors for better appreciation and communication with your friends and loved ones. So Chloe and I hope that you've learned a lot today about yourself and maybe even been able to put your friends and family in those other love language spots. And encourage you to learn a lot more about yourself. So thank you everybody.
So much.
Put the little hearts for the love. Love. Feel the love. All right.
Thank you, Chloe and Aberdeen, for that wonderful lesson in love languages. May we all learn to give love freely. Sister Becca Mobley, do you have any last comments for us?
I do. Thank you, Jessica. I would just like to take a moment to say a giant thank you to all of you for coming this afternoon and taking part in the Love Languages portion of the event. Love languages is something that I learned about my freshman year of college and has become a very important and significant part of my life because I want to know how best to love myself and others, because if somebody came in with a sprained knee or a scraped knee, giving them an eye drop would not be the solution. And I think that it's very similar in love languages. If you go to somebody whose top is acts of service and try to give them a hug, that's probably not what they need in that moment. And so it's really important for us to register that for ourselves and for others. And I greatly appreciate you all taking the time to do that with yourselves today. I would like to take this opportunity to announce an upcoming fundraiser and recognition tool that we will have coming out tomorrow. So I'm going to share my screen one more time, and I'm going to read a little snippet about our new program called the Poppies of Praise, our Poppy Field program. So what is Poppies of Praise? The Poppies of Praise, or the Poppy Field program, is a fundraiser for the 2021 Raise Your Voices program, which will directly fund Oregon Rainbow's leadership and development training for the young women of Oregon Rainbow. We are hoping that you will assist in planting our poppy fields by sending out special poppies to people who rise up or make a difference in your life. For $5, anyone can send their poppies of praise to anyone that they love and care for. These gifts of love, hope, and praise will not only create a beautiful field of poppies, but they are also an investment in the leadership and development of the future leaders of our world. When you give poppies of praise, you not only are spreading kindness and love, but you are also impacting the young women of Oregon Rainbow and help them make a difference in their assemblies, their community, and our world. Why the poppy? The poppy is one of my flowers this year. Fields of poppies are known to be very resilient flowers that can flourish in the middle of chaos and destruction, growing in thousands upon thousands of the worst elements. The poppy has important meaning and respect to our armed forces in honor and remembrance of service and sacrifice. Poppies are a humble and solemn symbol of remembrance, hope, patriotism, and family, and is something to proudly share with those you love. In these unprecedented times, our rainbow girls are as resilient, determined, and beautiful as the poppy. So it is only fitting that the Rainbow Girls and Poppies are this Rise Up Encore year's beacon of love, fidelity, patriotism, service, but most of all, hope for our future. So how it works. For just $5, you can purchase a Poppies for Praise note in celebration, honor, or thankfulness of a special person. The honoree will receive an email letting them know that you sent them a poppy in their name, and they will be added to our virtual poppy field. So this is an example of what the email will look like when somebody purchases a poppy for you in your honor. And as I said, this will be going live tomorrow. I am incredibly excited about this program, and I hope everybody takes great use and advantage of it. Another announcement that I have, a couple actually, is I have some jurisdictional states to hand out to a point. So we need somebody to represent Oregon in Ohio. But I wonder who that person should be.
I didn't know she was handing out any appointments today.
Antigone Stewart, could you please put yourself on camera? Annie, we would absolutely love it if you would take on the responsibilities of being the jurisdictional representative to Ohio in addition to your other states.
Annie is with More right now, so I think they might be under Christy for their screen name.
Thank you. So congratulations, Annie. There you are. Congratulations. You've been doing an absolutely wonderful job with your jurisdictional representatives states so far, and we are incredibly excited to give you this new state to add on. Alrighty, I've got one more state, and that is the state of Georgia. The Georgia peach is always what comes into my mind when I think about Georgia. Meriwether Stewart, could you please be pinned? Mary, we would absolutely love it if you would add Georgia to your jurisdictional representative list. You have also been doing an amazing job being a jurisdictional representative this year, and we think that you are both completely ready to take on this extra responsibility. So congratulations to you lovely ladies. I know that you've been working hard. You attended some of your jurisdiction's grand assemblies, and I cannot wait to see the great work that you do for the rest of the year. Thank you so much. Speaking of jurisdictional representatives, I have something special to show you all. So as we talked about at JREP Retreat, you will be getting sashes, and I just wanted to show you what those sashes would look like. So we have our first one here, and they will be getting sent out to you ladies soon. They are all almost done. I just want to say thank you one more time for all of the love that was shared this afternoon and all of the hard work that was put into this, this event. I know that the virtual events can be a little bit more challenging. And so I appreciate all of the hard work and dedication that everybody in Oregon Rainbow and Rainbow in general have been putting into keeping connected during this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sister Becca. Congratulations to Antigone and to Meriwether for their new appointments. Thank you all for joining us in honoring our grand worthy advisor, Becca. We hope you've enjoyed this special afternoon with us, and we look forward to seeing you during this year on our Rainbow Travels. We will conclude this reception with a musical number. You may leave the webinar at any time, or the session will end when the music stops. Again, thank you for joining us today. Will the Director of Webinars roll the credits?